similar to a today's special value, but here's what you get. This is the perfect way to try J Jewelry for the very first time, or we're going to tempt you with some enhancers coming up in this show. And you're going to say, well, what am I going to wear that enhancer on? This one right here. Yep. 16 inches, 18 inches, 24 inches, and 28 inches. Yeah. 4 different lengths to choose from. Each one is a separate necklace. $129 for the 18-inch, $139 for the 20-inch. Drop down to the 24-inch, we're looking at $159, and that 28-inch length, $179.98. I want to go back to the easy payments, though, because this is where, you know, the rubber hits the road. I love it. You're going to get that 16-inch for $26 a month. That 18-inch, $28 a month. 24 inches in length for $32 a month, and that 28-inch length, $36 a month. These are affordable, yet they're solid, they're beautiful. That 16-inch we have not seen since September of last year. Let's talk about these. Could you first of all just kind of tell us what are the sizes of chains that Jay has that different, you know, people like, just so we know how it goes?
Yeah, so I'm going to skip over the baby box for just 1 second. Yeah. So for years, most of our necklaces have been on a 2.7 millimeter chain, which is the chain that you just saw on the ankle bracelet. Yeah. We also have a 3.7 millimeter, and we use that in necklaces too. The 5.1 is the size of like this chunky bracelet that I've been wearing for almost a decade. Yeah. And so it's very hefty and weighty. And we kept thinking with the box chain, they want it bigger and bolder. Yeah. And all of a sudden, we realized we don't have that gauge for the sort of person who just wants something a little more refined. Right. Not ditzy, but like they want to layer multiple necklaces. Yeah. They want what's really trending in jewelry, which is many necklaces, but a finer gauge. So we introduced this 1.6. I sort of nicknamed it the baby box, and that's sort of what we now call it. It's our baby box chain. This necklace is a near and dear to me because this was one of my sort of design concepts with the team. I don't know how close we can get on those stations, but I absolutely love this little puffed, hammered cushion. It's like the pillow that the prince delivered Cinderella's glass slipper on. Look at the dimension of that. But then look what we did around the sides, Mary Beth. This is what blows my mind. We still were able to execute on every one of those stations this absolutely gorgeous touch of our basket weave texture. I've always been somebody who loves to have a station necklace, especially in this gauge, because you can do so much with it. You can use it to frame your pendants. You can use it just by itself for that sweet little everyday t-shirt and shorts or jean jacket and skirt kind of look. You can do so many things with it if you want to do multiples and create that cascaded look. It's supple. It still gives you, even though the gauge is smaller, that doesn't mean that we've hollowed anything out. It's still our same gorgeous quality, solid, iconic box chain that you love. But now look what you do. You add your pendants, and now you've elevated the look of everything. Yes. Because, you know, in high design, designers you've seen here at QVC and out in the marketplace, a lot of times if they're going to do a pendant necklace, they have stations along the way. So I wanted to find a way that we could give you that station look that worked great by itself, but also gave you the opportunity to wear it with pendants and other things. So I kind of love how it's working with our pearl piece. Absolutely. We have a diamond item coming up later. I'll switch out. You'll see how it works. I'm wearing the 24 and the 28 inch. Oh, I love that. Even if I just wore those two. They're beautiful. And again, these are our baby box chains, but look at the presence. Look how it finishes my outfit. I mean, I'm just in a blazer and a little simple top. If I didn't have anything on with this, like, okay, pretty colored jacket, simple black shell, but then you add this, and look what happens, you know?
That's just it. And if that didn't have the stations, it would be okay, but it wouldn't be elevated.
The stations make it.
The stations make it. Yes. And yet, now here's the thing. I've seen different brands come in with a station necklace like this, and then they'll put a station right at the bottom. Yeah. And I'm like, why did you do that? Now I can't add pendants. Right. This is how it is. I'm holding it with the clasp. There's 2 stations here, 2 there. perfect place
Yes.
to put your pendant or your enhancer. Yeah, very balanced and just a beautiful piece. Here's the thing I want to remind you. That 16-inch has not been here since September. Even if you're buying that, and it is the most popular, my producer just told me.
Well, I guess we're heading into spring and summer.
Yes.
People like that shorter
length. A little bit
right?
higher if you want to. So that is $26 a month. If you want the 18-inch, $28 a month. If you don't know where to start with that 18-inch. We just found out 150 left.
Oh, gosh.
In the 18-inch length. That 24-inch length is $32 a month. 6 dozen left.
Yeah.
Oh my word. And then the 28-inch, 4 dozen left at $36 a month.
28 is not like the normal length, right?
Nobody
Usually you hear
sees it.
16, 18, 20, 24, 36.
72.
Right?
We've been here a long time.
So that 28, I feel like really hits a sweet spot that I bet most of you do not have in your jewelry boxes. So if you're able to do that, I just had somebody reach out to me on my Facebook page the other day who said, Jill, I love all of the jade jewelry that you're bringing to QVC, but I can't wear 16, 18, or even 20 inches. I really need something. Can you please remember us gals who need a 24 or longer necklace? And I wrote back and said, please tune in with me and Mary Beth, because we have one in 24 and 28 inches for you. But then on the opposite side, here it is, 16 inches up close around the neck. Might be all she needs. Like sometimes less looks just as elegant, upscale, and refined as loading it on.
That's absolutely
right? Don't
true.
you think? Like it's quiet elegance.
It is quiet elegance. It depends upon where you're going, what you're
wearing,
wearing,
what you're doing,
who you're going to be with.
Yes.
But I will tell you this about a 28-inch. You know, the 36-inch length necklaces hang below the bust. The 28-inch necklace usually comes just at the top of the bust, which for a lot of people is nice. And so, I mean, I'm just looking, like the 36 would be way down here on
it would be here, right?
Yeah, and then there you've got the 28-inch.
Perfect.
It is
and
perfect.
Then the 24. And then you've got room here to adjust your necklaces, 16, 18, 19, 21, whatever you want it to be. I mean, so listen, I can't tell you how to spend your money, but the 24 and 28 together for that layered look, and then you fill it in with whatever else you have or want to find. But again, I think also the 16, 18, that's a completely different layered look, but you could put those together and then maybe hang a pendant from the 18-inch.
Right.
Right? Like,
by the way,
you love Mary Beth and I just to come into your home and just do all your jewelry for you? Look at all the ideas we've just had.
We're personal shoppers.
From a basic,
you
know, a basic design, a designer take on a basic, but think of all the ideas that just came to our mind as we were playing with this. And how does it feel, MB?
I'm telling you, this
doesn't it
feels
have a good weight?
Beautiful. Again, not itsy ditsy like a lot of chains that are out there.
No.
Not super heavy, but look at this. The puddling, you know, it's all in how it's made.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't have the fluidity that you want, then maybe you don't buy it. This one does. What that also, you know, really relates to is the durability, the longevity of it, how long you'll have this, how many times you'll wear it. One other thought, I was just thinking, if you buy the 16 and the 18, layer them together, that would be a total of $54 a month. If you want to get what you were talking about, the 24 and the 28-inch, that would be $68 a month. If you can afford that on your credit card, do it because you'll not regret it. You have 30 days to return it if you want to, but you'll get it home and say, oh my gosh, you'll probably throw out some of your other regular sterling silver chains that maybe you've had for 15, 20, 30 years, you know, because this is weightier. This is more beautiful. This has the stations that just jazz it up. Yeah, look at that.
Here,
I had that too.
There
Which
so you
one?
Can see. I did the
citrine, and I
think
had the white
it gives you sort of that almost like a gold look with the silver, but look how pretty that is. And that 1.6 millimeter box chain, don't worry about it. It has the strength and durability to hold build even a heavier weight pendant. So don't worry about that. Again, this is a solid chain. This is a different animal than a machine-made hollow chain. This is all, again, all of those links are all, you know, put together and then finished off by hand. It's solid. We're using solid wire to create those links and put them together. The stations, again, are also, there's a weight to those because in order to create those pieces, we have to cast those. So again, that's not stamped out. That's something where we've had to cast all those individual pieces.
So they're thicker.
And then they've got to put this together. And I love how you have this hammered reflection against the oxidation and texture of the box chain. And then as that little pillow moves ever so slightly, you see, oh my gosh, it's even finished around the whole outline of the piece too. So again, I think designer brands do classics different because we find ways to add those extra details.
Look at that.
I love it, Mary Beth.
Oh, gorgeous.
Love.
By the way, these enhancers will be coming up. This necklace with diamonds in it will also be coming up. Stay on the line. If you want to get this, this is the time to place your order. You are getting great sale prices. By the way, you're saving anywhere, well, I was going to tell you the gram weight, 8 grams, 8.5 grams, 10.6 grams, 13 grams of sterling silver for those sale prices. If you want the 16-inch, 300 remain. If you want the 18-inch, 6 dozen. If you want the 24-inch, 4 dozen. If you want the 28-inch, 2 dozen remain. So don't wait, don't wait. All right, more wonderful jade jewelry coming up. And the blazer that I have on is from Susan Graver, as well as the dress. The